Look, I'm going to show you 5 reset procedures that Audi dealerships charge $200 to $500 for, but you can do yourself in less than 10 minutes. I'm Marcus, and I've been an Audi master technician for 22 years. I've diagnosed thousands of Audis where the problem wasn't a failed part, it was a computer that lost its memory. Your Audi has over 40 control modules: engine, transmission, windows, sunroof, steering. When the battery gets disconnected, or a module loses power, or anti-pinch protection activates, these systems forget their calibration. Your car runs rough, windows stop working, sunroof gets stuck, and Audi charges you hundreds to click a button in their diagnostic software. But here's the truth. You can reset most of these systems yourself. No scan tool required. By the end of this video, you'll know how to reset the ECU to fix rough idle, reset windows that won't auto-close, calibrate a stuck sunroof, and fix the one reset that solves ESP lights and steering pull. Method 5 is the steering angle sensor reset, and it's the most important one because ABS lights and traction control failures cost owners thousands in unnecessary repairs. Let's get into it. Method 1. Battery disconnect, ECU reset. Your Audi's engine control unit learns how you drive over time. It adapts fuel trims, throttle response, idle speed, and transmission to shift points. When the ECU gets corrupted data, you get rough idle, hesitation, poor throttle response, and transmission hunting between gears. Disconnecting the battery forces the ECU to forget all learned parameters and start fresh. I had a customer with a 2016 Audi A4 2.0T, 73,000 miles. He complained the car felt sluggish after idle. Cold starts were rough. The throttle had a delay. He'd already replaced the spark plugs and cleaned the intake valves at the dealer. $1,500. Problem didn't go away. He brought it to me. I pulled codes, none. Checked fuel trims, they were acceptable. Then I looked at the throttle adaptation values. The ECU had learned extreme compensation over time due to carbon buildup that was now cleaned. The computer was overcorrecting. Here's the fix. Turn off the ignition and remove the key. Pop the hood, locate the battery in the engine bay or trunk. Most Audis have the battery under the hood on the passenger side or in the spare tire. Well in the trunk, disconnect the negative terminal first. Use a 10mm or 13mm wrench. Wait 15 minutes minimum. This allows all capacitors in the system to fully discharge. Some techs say 5 minutes works. I always wait 15 to be safe. For a deeper reset, disconnect both terminals and touch the cable ends together for 10 seconds. This instantly drains residual power. Reconnect the negative terminal. Turn the ignition to the on position without starting the engine. Wait 30 seconds. You'll hear clicks from the throttle body as it cycles through calibration. Start the engine, let it idle for 5 minutes. Then drive the car normally for 10 to 15 miles. The ECU will relearn optimal settings. Cost comparison: Audi charges $150 to $250 for an ECU reset using their diagnostic software. This procedure costs you $0 in 15 minutes. Same result. Warning: on newer Audis from 2008 and up, disconnecting the battery requires you to re-register the new battery using VCDS or OBD11 if you've replaced the battery. The car's battery management system needs to know the battery is new. If you skip this step, the alternator charges incorrectly and kills your new battery in 1 to 2 years. If you're just disconnecting to reset the ECU and reconnecting the same battery, no coding is required. Method 2. Throttle body adaptation reset. Your Audi uses drive-by-wire throttle control. There's no physical cable between your gas pedal and the throttle body. Instead, sensors read pedal position and tell the throttle motor how far to open. Over time, the throttle body learns adaptation values to compensate for carbon buildup and wear. When you clean the throttle body or disconnect the battery, the ECU loses these learned values. The result is rough idle, stalling at stoplights, hesitation, and hunting RPMs. Customer had a 2012 Audi A 31.8T, 91,000 miles. He'd cleaned the throttle body himself after watching a YouTube video. Good move, but after reassembly, the car idled at 1500 RPM instead of 700. It surged randomly, stalled twice pulling out of parking lots. He thought he'd damaged something. I told him he just needed to reset the throttle body adaptation. There are two methods, the manual method without a scan tool and the VCDS method. I'll give you both. Manual method, turn the ignition to the on position. Do not start the engine. On push button models, press the start button twice without touching the brake pedal. Press the accelerator pedal to the floor and hold it there. While holding the pedal down, turn the key to the off position. Don't remove the key. Release the accelerator pedal. Wait 2 minutes. You'll hear faint clicking sounds from under the hood. That's the throttle body cycling through its range. After 2 minutes, start the car normally. Let it idle for 5 minutes. The idle should stabilize within 1 minute. VCDS method. This is more reliable. Connect VCDS or OBD11 to the OBD port under the steering column. Turn ignition on. Engine off. Select engine control module. Select basic settings. Group 060. Click go. The screen shows adaptation running. You'll hear the throttle body motor cycling. Wait 30 seconds. Click done. Turn off ignition. Start the car. Idle should be smooth immediately. For my customer's A3, I use the manual method. After the 2-minute wait, the car started and idled perfectly at 700 RPM. No surging, no stalling. He drove it home with 0 issues. Cost comparison. Audi dealers charge $80 to $120 to reset window adaptations using their scan tool. Manual method costs $0. VCDS costs $70 one time if you buy the dongle. You can use it forever. Warning: the manual method doesn't work on all Audi models. Older pre-2005 models with cable throttle systems can't be reset this way because they don't have motorized throttle bodies. If the manual method doesn't work after 3 attempts, you need VCDS or a trip to a shop with the proper scan tool. Also, if your throttle body is extremely dirty with heavy carbon, the adaptation will fail. Clean it first, then reset. Method 3. Window regulator. One-touch reset. Your Audi's windows have one-touch up and down convenience features. You tap the switch, and the window goes all the way up or down automatically. This works because the window control module memorizes the exact upper and lower limits of window travel. When you disconnect the battery, replace the window motor, or the anti-pinch protection activates, the module forgets these limits. You lose one-touch function. The window only moves while you hold the switch. I had a customer with a 2014 Audi Q5, 82,000 miles. She'd replaced her battery at a local auto parts store. They installed it correctly. But after reconnecting the battery, her driver's window lost the one-touch down feature. It worked manually, but she had to hold the button the entire time. She went back to the parts store. They told her she needed a new window regulator, $850 at the dealer. She came to me for a second opinion. Here's the reset. Roll the window all the way down using the switch. Hold the switch in the down position for 5 additional seconds after the window stops moving. This tells the module where the bottom limit is. Now, pull the switch up to raise the window all the way. Hold the switch in the up position for 5 additional seconds after the window reaches the top. Release the switch. Pull the switch up again briefly and hold for 2 more seconds. This stores the upper limit and resets anti-pinch calibration. Test the window. Press the switch down quickly and release. The window should go all the way down on its own. Pull the switch up quickly and release. The window should go all the way up. For my customer's Q5, I performed this reset on the driver's window. Took 40 seconds. The one-touch feature came back immediately. All 4 windows work the same way. So I reset those too, just to be thorough. Cost comparison. Audi dealers charge $80 to $120 to reset window adaptations using their scan tool. Independent shops charge $50 to $75. This procedure costs you 1 minute per window and $0. Warning: if your window regulator is physically failing, this reset won't help. Signs of a bad regulator include grinding noises, the window falling into the door, slow movement even when holding the switch, or windows that stop mid-travel and won't continue. In those cases, you need a new regulator. But if the window moves smoothly and only lacks the one-touch feature after a battery disconnect, this reset fixes it every time. Also, if your window has frameless doors, like on the A5 or TT, you may need to keep the door open during the reset for it to work properly. Some models won't reset with the door closed. Method 4. Sunroof and sunshade calibration. Your Audi sunroof and interior sunshade use motorized systems with learned position limits. The motors memorize where fully closed, fully open, and tilt positions are. When you disconnect the battery, replace the sunroof motor, or the anti-trap safety feature activates multiple times, the system loses calibration. Your sunroof won't open all the way. It reverses direction randomly. The sunshade gets stuck halfway. One-touch features stop working. Customer had a 2017 Audi A6 with panoramic sunroof, 67,000 miles. His sunroof stopped opening fully. It would slide back about 4 inches and then stop. Pressing the switch again did nothing. He could tilt it up for venting, but slide-in function was broken. He assumed the motor failed. Dealer quoted him $1,200 for a new sunroof motor and module. He asked me to diagnose it first. I tested the sunroof manually with a scan tool. The motor worked fine. The problem was the module had lost its calibration. The system didn't know where the end stops were, so it stopped early to avoid damage. A simple reset fixed it. Here's the procedure. For the sunshade, turn the ignition on. Press and hold the sunshade close button. Do not release it during the entire process. The sunshade will close fully, then open halfway, then close again. This takes about 20 seconds. Keep holding the button. When it finishes, release the button. The sunshade is now calibrated. For the glass sunroof, turn the ignition on. Make sure all doors are closed. Pull down on the sunroof switch and hold it. The glass will close fully if it was open. Then it will tilt fully up. Then it will slide all the way back to the full open position. Then it will close again. The entire sequence takes 20 to 30 seconds. Keep holding the switch the whole time. When it stops moving, release the switch. The sunroof is calibrated. For my customer's A6, I performed both resets. The sunshade reset took 18 seconds. The sunroof reset took 28 seconds. After calibration, the sunroof opened and closed smoothly, with full one-touch function restored. He was shocked it was that simple. Cost comparison: Audi charges $150 to $250 to reset sunroof adaptation. Independent Euro shops charge $80 to $120. This takes 30 seconds and costs $0. Warning: if your sunroof motor is physically jammed or the tracks are full of debris, calibration won't work. You'll hear grinding or clicking sounds. Clean the sunroof tracks first. Use compressed air to blow out dirt and leaves from the channels. Lubricate the tracks with silicone spray. If the motor still won't move smoothly during calibration, you have a mechanical problem that needs repair. Also, on some Audi models, you need to reset the sunshade first before resetting the glass. If you skip the sunshade, the glass calibration may fail. Always do sunshade first, then glass. Method 5. Steering angle sensor reset. This is the most important reset because it causes the most expensive misdiagnoses. Your Audi has a steering angle sensor behind the steering wheel. It tells the ESP and traction control systems which direction the wheels are pointed. When you disconnect the battery, replace the steering wheel, or do a wheel alignment, this sensor loses its 0-point calibration. The ESP system thinks the wheels are turned when they're straight. You get ABS lights, ESP lights, traction control lights, and the steering wheel is off-center when driving straight. I had a customer with a 2013 Audi A4 Quattro, 96,000 miles. He'd done a wheel alignment at a budget shop. They aligned the wheels properly, but didn't reset the steering angle sensor. After leaving the shop, his ESP light came on. The steering wheel sat 2 degrees to the left when driving straight. The traction control system activated randomly on dry pavement. He took it back to the alignment shop. They told him the sensor was broken and he needed a new steering column, $4,000. He brought it to me. I scanned it. The only code was steering angle sensor, implausible signal. The sensor was fine. It just needed calibration. Here's the manual reset procedure without a scan tool. Start the engine. Put the transmission in park. Turn the steering wheel approximately 30 degrees to the left, then back to center. Shift into drive. Drive straight at 15 to 20 miles per hour for 400 to 500 meters. That's about 1/4 mile. During this drive, make one smooth turn, either left or right, between 90 and 180 degrees. Hold the steering wheel steady through the turn. Don't make any corrections. The ESP module is learning the sensor's center point and full lock positions during this drive cycle. After completing the turn, drive straight again for another 100 meters. Turn the ignition off, wait 10 seconds, turn it back on. The ESP and ABS lights should be off. If the lights are still on, use VCDS to reset it properly. Connect VCDS. Select Brake Electronics module. Clear fault codes. Select Basic Settings. Group 001. Click Go. The screen shows steering angle sensor calibration running. Turn the steering wheel 30 degrees left, then center. Click Done. The lights should turn off immediately. For my customer's A4, I use the manual driving procedure. After the 1/4 mile drive with one smooth 90-degree turn, I shut off the car and restarted it. All lights were off. The steering wheel was perfectly centered. The ESP system worked normally. Cost comparison. Audi charges $200 to $350 for steering angle sensor calibration using factory software. Shops with VCDS charge $50 to $100. The manual driving method costs $0 and takes 5 minutes. Warning: this reset only works if the sensor itself is functioning and the alignment is correct. If your front wheels are severely out of alignment, the sensor calibration will fail because the wheels aren't pointing straight even when the steering wheel is centered. Get a proper 4-wheel alignment first, then reset the sensor. Also, if you physically damage the steering angle sensor by removing the steering wheel without locking it in place, or if the clock spring behind the steering wheel is broken, this reset won't work. You'll need a new sensor or clock spring. But 90% of steering angle sensor faults after battery disconnects or alignments are calibration issues, not hardware failures. Alright, let's wrap this up. These 5 resets can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your Audi. The key is understanding when you need a reset versus when you need an actual repair. If the component moves smoothly but lacks proper function after a battery disconnect, it's almost always a reset issue. If you hear grinding, clicking, or the component doesn't move at all, you have a mechanical failure. Here's my advice. Keep a notebook in your glove box. Write down every time you disconnect the battery or have service done. Note the date and what systems need resetting afterward. This helps you track patterns. If your windows lose one touch after every battery disconnect, you know it's not a hardware problem. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more Audi owners who are getting ripped off by shops charging hundreds for 30-second resets. Drop a comment with your Audi model and which reset you're going to try. I read every comment and answer questions when I can. Subscribe to the channel because next week I'm covering the 7 warning signs your Audi needs a carbon cleaning before it's too late. Critical info if you have a 2.0T or 3.0T engine. These engines build carbon fast, and waiting too long costs you thousands in repairs. Thanks for watching. Take care of your Audi, and I'll see you in the next one.